Now, we're going to talk a little bit today about how we choose books for when we want to read, and maybe it's a book about spiders. Now, as we're getting started, if you're feeling like you need to move a little bit, I want you to use your fingers and make your little itsy bitsy spider while we're doing that before we get up and move to some activities that we have for you today, okay? So you can be moving your itsy bitsy spiders, and we're going to create a chart. And I see that you've been creating a lot of charts with Mr. Buck, haven't you? That is amazing. So I'm going to ask for your help today so that we can create a chart together, okay? And one of the things we're going to talk about today is that in a couple weeks, you're going to get to have little book boxes where when you go back to your table, you get to read books that you like and that you feel really good about reading. So today we're going to talk about ways to choose books. Like Weensy, Weensy, ways to, I see your sight word to. Does anybody know how to spell to? That, it starts with a T. How do we spell to? Who can raise their hand and tell me how we spell our sight word to? How do we spell that? Do you know what those letters are? T. O. Very good. To. Ways to choose books. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to draw a little book so we know. And you know what maybe I'll do? Should we put our title of our book on here? There's another one of our sight words. The itsy bitsy spider. So when we're choosing a book and we are thinking about the ones that are good for us to choose in our boxes that we want to read, what are some important things that we should think about when we're choosing a book? What's the first thing we might do? Do I just pick a book and put it in my box? No, I'm going to take a book, and I love how my friends are still using their spider if they need to. If I'm looking at a book, one of the things I might do is, what am I going to look at when I pick it up?
Pick it up slowly and grow like this.
Pick it up slowly. Yes, we're taking good care of our books, and I know you guys talked about that last week, and you remembered it over the weekend. You're amazing. But I might look at the front cover, right? Because I might say, oh, I have to read this book. It has a fancy, eensy, weensy spider. So I might look at the front cover. And that might be one way I choose the book, just by looking at the front cover and saying, yeah, that looks like a book I might enjoy reading, because reading is fun, isn't it? Reading books is so much fun. So we might choose based upon that. What's something else we might look at to pick a book? I see those wheels turning. You're thinking. What else might we do?
Be slowly with the book.
Read slowly with the book. Okay. So maybe I'm going to slowly read the title. Could I do that to see if it's something that I think I might like? So I can look at the title of the book. What else might I look at? Not just the words, but sometimes I want to look at something else. Somebody just said it, I think. The pictures. And does anybody know what we call pictures in a book? Yes, so the events that happen in the story are the pictures. but what is that called? The person who draws the pictures is the... Oh my gosh, you guys are a wonderful group. You're right. So the illustrator draws the pictures, so those are called illustrations or pictures. So I'm going to write that big word because you guys are like second graders and you're totally ready for it. Oh my goodness, this might be the biggest word we've ever written in kindergarten. Illustrations. We have a lot of things. So we look at the front cover, the title, the words, the illustrations. What else might we look at when we're choosing a book? Now I would like you to quietly, with a whisper voice, turn to someone next to you and tell them what you might look for, and then I'm going to ask you to share that with me. Okay? So go ahead and turn to a partner and tell them what you might look for in a book when you're choosing. Can you think of something? What might you look for when you're choosing a book? Do you turn the pages? Yeah? Do you see things that you like on there? Yeah? What else do you like? What picture do you like? Oh, the spiders. Yeah. Good job. Good job. All right. Finish your thought with your friend. I love how you're whispering. All right. 1, 2, 3. Eyes on me.
1, 2, eyes on you.
Very good. Can you raise your hand and tell me something that you or your friend might have said about how you choose a book? Yes. How do you choose a book? We've looked at the front cover. We've looked at the title. We've looked at the illustrations. What else might I do to choose a book?
See the picture.
Go ahead. Do you want to read a book if it's something you don't like?
No.
No. So when I'm looking at a book, do I want to look for things I like?
No.
Do I want to read about things I like to read about?
No.
Yeah, so let's write that. Things I like. Oh my stars, I heard another sight word. Things there's our sight word. And another sight word that you don't have up there yet, but will be coming, like. Things I like. And let's do one more. What's something else that I might look for in a book? Yes. What else might you look for in a book? What was something you talked about with your friend? Do you remember? Do you remember what it might be? Do you want to choose a book? If you know I love the Itsy Bitsy Spider, do you think you might like the Itsy Bitsy Spider too?
No.
No? Because if you like it, I bet I would like it too, because you're my friends and I like what my friends like. So I might choose what my friends like. So what? You guys are doing amazing. If you need to move, use your little Itsy Bitsy Spider. What my... Oh, I love how you're doing your spiders. What my friends like. There's that word like again. We sure use that a lot. So, boys and girls, when we're looking for books, when you start getting your book boxes with Mr. Buck, and you're trying to think really hard, and he says, pick out a few books. Uh-oh, remind me, we heard that word earlier, few. If Mr. Buck says pick out a few books, does that mean I'm going to get 20?
No.
What do you think a few books means?
1.
Maybe 1.
10.
How many?
4.
Few.
4. 2. 4. 5.
Maybe 5 or less. Maybe 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. Yes. So when you start, or maybe none, I hope not. I hope not 0, because guess what? I'm going to share a secret with you, and I don't know if your other friends in kindergarten know this. I heard something. This school year, You have so many books that you have received, you'll never run out. And you'll have so many choices, you'll be so excited. So we have to remember our ways to choose books. Let's go back over those together. Ready? We can look at the front cover, like my itsy bitsy spider. We can look at the title of my book that tells me the name of it. We can look at the illustrations. That's a fancy word for? What's illustrations fancy for? The illustrator draws the author writes the words. The illustrator draws the picture. Good job. And we can look for things that I like, because I want to read about things I like. And I can read about what my friends like. So when you go back over this with Mr. Buck, you guys might even add a few pictures that would help you remember what that would be. Like maybe I like to read about baseball. And so maybe I have my bat and my ball, right? Or maybe I like to read about bugs. So I'm going to draw my bug. And maybe my friend likes to read about animals. So maybe I'm going to have my little kitty cat. Should we give him some whiskers? Little tail. Maybe my friend likes to read about kitty cats. Oh, I need little legs. Not 8 though, like a spider, right? Kitties don't have 8 legs, do they?
They got 4 legs.
Oh, yes, 2. They have 4 legs.
And 2 with 4.
Oh my gosh. You guys are amazing. Okay, now we have read about the itsy bitsy spider. Show me itsy bitsy. We've read about the eensy weensy spider. Show me eensy weensy. Now today we're going to try something because I know that you guys are amazing just from spending a half an hour with you. So we're going to try something. We're going to be in different groups doing different spider activities. But before we do that, have you gone through groups with Mr. Buck yet?
No.
So I am so excited because we're going to show Mr. Buck how you do this perfectly, right?
Yep.
So spiders, are spiders really loud when they're working? No, actually, spiders, they're very quiet. Why are spiders quiet when they're climbing? Because they're small. Why else are they quiet when they're climbing? Yes, they don't want to be found, do they? So they keep their feet really quiet. So when you're in your group today, I'm going to ask you to be like the spiders. They listen really well because they listen in case somebody's trying to eat them like the frog. And they watch really closely at where they're climbing. And they work really hard and they persevere even when they're getting knocked down by the rain. Okay? So today we're going to listen like the spider. We're going to watch like the spider. And we're going to work really hard like the spider. Okay?